To Wine and Reason, Edinburgh edition. Dun dun dun. I actually do have some wine. It's in, well, it looks like tea because we just bought a bottle at a shop on the way home, and but there's wine in here. So there we go. We have had the most amazing time. We saw Tim Minchin in concert. That's the shirt. Yay! It was such a good show, and I'm not telling you anything about it because if you can get anywhere near where he's playing and go see him, you need to go see it. Every show is slightly different. He changes things up. He did some. Oh, it was just badass and amazing, and you should go. And I want to say some really specific things, but I'm not going to because you should just pay the money and go see it. It's amazing. It's not that expensive. Okay, at least the tickets aren't. It was really expensive for us to like cross an ocean to see it, but the tickets were not. Okay, so amazing things about Edinburgh. First of all, uh, from Junk Shop and I, from the very first, we felt super at home here. Like, we got to our hotel. The first day, we were completely jet lagged. Our brains were not working. We were exhausted. Cognitive ability was not normal. And so we just, but we walked around. We went to get something to eat. And we just kind of chilled that first day. And but even then, we found that we could walk around the neighborhood, and we had no problem finding our way back to our hotel. It was literally across the street from the Playhouse where we were going to see the concert. So this is um, Sunday that we got in, and we're jet lagged. We're going to see the concert on Tuesday, which was last night, and it was fine. And and one of the first things we found was this lovely cute little place called oh sugar oh I remember, it's called the White Witch, and it's Italian food with Scottish style is how they build themselves, but they do these amazing paninis. They do an Americano the right way, like it's like Umbria and Spanish like real Spanish coffee. It was amazing. And that was delicious. That was run by a lady and her daughter. And there's all these just little local businesses. We went into a place and asked a gentleman about the scotch he was selling. He was super nice. Told us a few different ones. We said we liked the peatier, smokier scotches, and he said, "Well, I've got Smokehead on special." Which, if you haven't seen it, and I'm sad that I don't have the bottle, like I'd totally do a unpaid commercial for them because it was so good. But it has a big skull on the bottle, and it's delicious. It's a lovely scotch. It doesn't burn. It's wonder. In fact, I haven't had heartburn the entire time I'm here, and I don't know if I've been here, and I don't know. That's not usual for me. I have been avoiding sweets lately because I need to drop some weight, but I it might be all the walking we're doing. I don't know, but it's amazing. I tried haggis. Okay, I know vegans are freaking out right now, and I understand. I do hope to be vegan one day, but damn, I'm glad I tried haggis first because it's so good. It is so good. I can't. It's heaven. It's absolute. It's ambrosia. If you like meat and iron and things like that, give haggis a try. Even if you're like me and you're a wee bit squeamish when it comes to meat, try it. Just try it. Take a bite, see if you like it. It's delicious. I'm gonna try blood sausage later. That's so I can at least say I did it. Other amazing things about Edinburgh. Aaron Ross said that everywhere he travels, he sees things that other countries do better than we do, than the U.S. does, and he is so right. That has absolutely been my experience. I'm gonna edit this when I get home. So if I already mentioned low flow toilets, all of them are low flow here, all of them. And there is a 10 pence bag tax if you have to, like, they will not automatically put your stuff in a a plastic shopping bag. If you're shopping, they'll ask you if you need a bag before they finish ringing you up, and if you do, they charge you an extra 10 pence. And it's great because the first day we were out, we found this wonderful bookstore. Oh, so nice to be in a proper bookstore again. Junk Shop and I met because we worked at a bookstore, and that has since been turned into like a fucking hair salon and an Asian fusion restaurant. Fine, whatever, but it used to be a bookstore, and it was lovely, and it's where we met, and we wouldn't be together today if it weren't for that bookstore. This one is called Topping and Company, and it has it's very much a local thing. It has several locations in a few different cities. It has a location in Bath, for example, but there's one here, and it's amazing. It's 2 stories of glorious, wonderful. We bought so many books. I'm a little nervous about the plane because we got here with no checked baggage, and I'm really hoping we can leave the same way. So for £2, I bought a canvas bag that had the Topping and Company like logo on it because we'd found out about the bag tax. And so we just started carrying around this little, canvas bag, right? Take your canvas bags. Yes. So we started carrying that around. And every time we've bought anything, we've just tossed it in there. And then today, we walked the Royal Mile and we went up to the castle and everything, but we got into one of the more touristy, districts and saw a lot of fun stuff. I saw a great horned owl with his keeper. Oh, it's magnificent and beautiful. Just beautiful. It was the one moment I was really sad I didn't have any cash. I was really sad that I didn't have any, because we've just been using our card because we didn't want to carry a bunch of cash around, and I actually felt guilty for not having cash because the guy would give you a glove to put on, and this bird was so well trained that if you were just chill, this great horned owl would get on your arm. I watched another tourist do it. Get on your arm, and then the guy would take your phone, your cell phone, and take a selfie for you or take a picture of you with his bird. And I was like, I want to do that, but I have no cash, and I'm pretty sure they don't have a card reader. The owl does not double as a card reader, but it was amazing, and it was beautiful just to see such a magnificent creature just hanging out on the sidewalk. Like down the way from a piper in full regalia, piping away. There was another guy who was doing like a medieval thing, and he had the blue and white, like picked type makeup, P-I-C-T, Pictish type makeup on, and he was in full character. Like he did this whole thing with this couple where he was like, is he treating you right, lass? Because I'll slit his throat for you. I'll kill him if you need me to. It was just, sorry for the horrible Scottish accent. Anyway, they don't really sound like that, y'all. I actually heard a couple speaking, and this is a funny thing because I watch so much BBC and stuff. I thought, I'm not going to have a problem. I'm going to understand everybody. It'll be fine. No. I realized after walking around the city for a couple of days that shop owners slow down their speech the moment I say anything or Junk Shop says anything. Like the second they hear an American accent or an accent that's not Scottish, they slow that shit down. Because when we're on the street, locals are walking by us and they're talking to each other and they're speaking English, and I'm catching every 5th word. But then there was a couple and they were walking by, and I caught 3 words, and they were Gaelic, and I was like, they're speaking Gaelic. Like and it was this great moment of, oh, well, at least they're not speaking like the one language I'm fluent in and I can't understand them. Like, at least it's a language I don't really know. I just know a handful of words and phrases. So that was nice. The other interesting thing about how this country is doing way more for the environment than we are or probably ever will. Public transportation, incredibly easy. We've been able to walk everywhere we wanted to go. And anywhere that we wanted to go that we couldn't walk, the buses and the tram, super cheap, and you can take them anywhere you need to go. Like, that's how we took the tram from the airport to the city center where our hotel was. and that was easy. And you just bought your ticket on a machine. It was not a problem. And our hotel room, it has, those keys, the magnetic card keys. And so you swipe it to open the door, and then you stick your key in this little slot by the door. And actually, I'm going to get up and show you this because it's super cool. And I don't think I'm breaking any rules by doing this, but I'll find out. Okay, so this is, oh, haha. All right, so this is my room key, right? Hey, honey, it's going to be dark for just a second. So if I pull this out, ooh, put it back in, all the lights come back on. How cool is that? You cannot just wander out of here and just leave the electricity going. Right? I know. Because if you have your key with you, the lights are off. And you cannot turn them on without your key being in that slot, which took a bit of figuring out the first day. But yeah, it's been amazing. Oh, the last thing I want to say, and this is kind of a weird comment, but it's something that means a lot to me. I'm a rather... I can be very loquacious and I can be an extrovert, but I'm a pretty private person, especially about certain aspects of human life that are just unavoidable. Public restrooms in Edinburgh are amazing. Every single one I've been in, not only has it been clean and well stocked, but the stalls go all the way to the floor, both sides, and the door goes all the way to the floor. So when you close the door behind you, you actually have privacy. There's no giant gap that you can see through, so anyone walking by can see through too. There's none of that. There's no like giant gap off the floor. No, it's complete privacy for things that frankly should be private. Just saying. So, yeah. Haggis is great. They're helping the environment way more than we are. And we need to step it up. America, seriously. Because there is no reason why we can't be doing these things. And if we're not already doing them, if we're doing them in some places, there's no reason we can't be doing them in all places. Oh, last thing. The pink tax? You know how things like anything made for women is marked up in the States? Doesn't exist here. I bought a box of tampons for £1, which would be the equivalent of $1.25 or $1.34, I think, on that day in the States. So I don't know about y'all, but I've never found, and this was an American brand, by the way. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to stop here because I think I've rattled on enough, and I'm also doing this without my notes. I'm gonna learn how to edit with this video, so that should be interesting. So when I get back home, I'm gonna edit this together along with some footage I took today in the city, and maybe I'll get a little more tomorrow. I just have to be careful. It's hard to get, it's such a busy city, and there are so many people out and about, and I'm trying, to like take video of things without getting people's faces. So, protecting other people's privacy and all that, I gotta figure that out. So we'll see how it goes. But for right now, remember, you can't find truth in wine, but you can find it in reason.